Nai. Inechar Kepper Joseph. Khensu Keku. Ayem Mesekim. Ayem Metepu. Ayem Mekau. Inek Khensu Keku. Ina Eketai. Inegek Ur. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Basically what I said was greetings. I'm the great God who created myself, Khensu Keku. I come in peace, I come in power, and I come in words of power. And then after I realized what I said I'm Khensu Keku, and I'm here with my homeboy Rye or Kethy, the great cackler. Ugh. Yeah. So I said I promised you guys I would talk to you guys about chakras, healing, and spiritual warfare with Trump. And how they all tie into each other. But I did say I'd also make this a Q&A, so if you have questions, feel free to drop them, because it is a Q&A. Let me see something real quick. I'll type the topic of everything in here, so whoever is gonna join will be able to see. Indigo Soul, what up? DM me again, because I totally forgot to respond to you about what we talked about, so hit me up. Let me see. Chakras. Let's see here. Chakras. Healing. And spiritual warfare with Trump. So, let's tap in. First thing, chakras. Let's talk about chakras. Chakras, for those who don't know, are metaphysical vortexes of bodies of light that basically power certain things within your body. So you have 7 chakras, just like you have seven main like bodily systems, like like your nervous system, your respiratory system, your circulatory system, your skeletal system, your muscular system, etc., right? So those 7 systems line up with the 7 chakras, right? Just like you have 7 days in the week, right? These 7 chakras basically are different levels of consciousness, different planes of understanding, different dimensions per se of understanding. And those chakras pretty much are the root chakra, which is red. Deals a lot with stability, security, things of that nature. Grounding yourself within the earth. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called the root chakra, because it's the roots of the tree of life. The next is your sacral, which is orange. The sacral is I forgot one thing. Another one of the 7 is the 7 rays of visible light.
Yep.
7 rays of visible light.
You want to take what you want? You want to cook out?
What's cookout?
Cook out?
Okay.
Like burgers, like
Yeah.
corn dogs.
Yeah. Wait, food order, y'all. Hold up.
Oh, you on live?
Yeah, I'm on live. I'm like trying to figure out how the fuck I even like
So,
pause this shit.
$5 thing, then I'll just text you. So the $5 box comes with a drink, a burger, fries, and then like a side, like you can get like a chicken wrap, honey dog.
Okay, that's probably what I get.
Fries.
That's what I get. You gave her something for me too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, alright, y'all, my bad. Food order. Motherfuckers got to eat. That's another, we'll get to that too. That's part of the chakra shit. So your sacral chakra is orange. Oh, but the 7 rays of visible light, Roy G. Biv, being red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, are also linked to the 7 chakras. Okay? So basically, with the 7 chakras, you have, I left off at the sacral. Your sacral chakra is in your pelvis area, or your sacrum, what's known as the sacrum. The word sacred and the word secret is also the word sacral. So your sacral chakra is a secret chakra, which means it opens up the gateway to the other chakras. And this is why a lot of people get fucked up. So when you're seeing, well, let me continue on before I go, because I'm only going to go into the lower 3 first before I move into everything else. The other chakra here, well, I still got to have my nigga Ra. He be bad if I ain't let him get his shine. He like, nigga, I'm here too, cuz. Anyway, so the sacral chakra, you want to still have a connection to, because that is where a lot of sexual energy is, because it's in your sexual motherfucking goddamn, it's in your sacrum, it's in your pelvis area, it's in your genitals. So that energy flows up. And then you have your solar plexus chakra, which is your willpower, right, which is yellow. So the sacral chakra is orange, like I spoke about. The solar plexus chakra is yellow, and then the root chakra is red. The root chakra is 396 hertz as far as in frequency. So if you wanted to heal things, that's aligned with your root chakra. And we'll get into that later. Or I may just post something online about that specifically on how each bodily system is linked to those frequencies. But you would use 396 hertz to heal something in the root chakra, 417 to heal something in the sacral, and then 528 to heal something in the solar plexus. Now, the root chakra. Let's say your root chakra is overly balanced. So you have too much energy in the root chakra, too much energy building up in the root chakra. Then what happens is you're like a hermit. You know what I'm saying? And everything around you, like your house becomes your home. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like literally, like the house becomes a home. Like you don't leave anywhere. It's very meticulous to a certain type of style. Like you ever go in somebody's house and it's like they have towels in the bathroom that you don't wipe your hands with. They're only there for fucking decoration. That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. Not saying it's bad, but that's just what it means. You have too much energy in the root chakra because you have something there that's for decoration that's not that defeats the purpose of its use. It's like me having toilet tissue in the bathroom, but you don't wipe your ass with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't touch that toilet tissue, my nigga. Don't use that one. That shit just stays on the road. Here's your designated toilet tissue.
Don't get me laughing on your shit, bro. Chill.
Here's your designated toilet tissue. You know what I'm saying? That's what that means. Or it could be the other way around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you basically have a fear of going out, or you have a fear of um of of being in order, so you're in complete disorder. You see what I'm saying? It's like your fear of perfection, or your fear of righteousness within your own self is so, like, I guess far reaching would be the best way to say. You know what I'm saying? It's like a nigga trying to play in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Playing ball growing up, like, it's a big ass dream. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they're constantly striving for it, and then when they get there, they're constantly striving to maintain it. So it's really like they actually never have any peace, because the whole time they're trying to accomplish something, they have something fighting to take it away, which you know what I'm saying, will deter you eventually. You see what I'm saying? Unless you're like a LeBron James or a Kobe Bryant, where you just stay completely at it, you know what I'm saying, focused, living on it, then something's gonna come in the way. You know what I'm saying? Like Allen Iverson. You know, Michael Jordan had a bad gambling habit, and even though he's still successful, look at what he puts his money into: prisons. You see what I'm saying? To lock up the same people he was playing basketball with and against, or their children. You see what I'm saying? That type of shit. So that's one thing that kind of happens with that, if it's, you know, underbalance, overbalance. With your sacral, which is the second chakra. Also with the root, the fear, it puts you in a constant state of survival. So basically, like, let's say you'll do anything to survive. You know what I'm saying? Because the key is, everything within life is made to make you want to stay here. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of life. Life is basically a game. And once you understand it's a game of knowing yourself and getting to know yourself, and what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, and all these things are how your five senses plays a part in the emotional body, and then the other seven bodies that you have within the body. You can kind of see that this shit is a joke. It's a fucking cosmic joke. That's why the Egyptians and all the ancient cultures, if you notice, they all have like a god of destruction who has a complete sense of humor. Have you ever noticed that? Like, even in the TV shows, you watch Dragon Ball Z, Beerus, his whole reason for not destroying Earth is so that this nigga can eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because of his sense of taste, his sense of smell, like seeing butterflies, being able to smell flowers, being able to touch a tree. That type of shit is what makes Beerus not destroy the Earth. So just these small little things is what they put into the video games to basically explain to you, not video game, but TV shows and video games and things of that nature on what's going on. In the movie Clash of the Titans, they literally released the Kraken. Zeus, who is God to everybody, worked with the devil to release the devil's most strongest monster, just so that the people would be able to pray to God, so that he'd have energy. Think about that. They're basically explaining how consumption and things of that nature works. You see what I'm saying? Like how being able to eat food, how being able to think. You know what I'm saying? It's like If a motherfucker didn't show you attention, you would die. Literally. If you stayed by yourself and a nigga never called your name, a motherfucker never called your name, a motherfucker never called you, a motherfucker never came by, a motherfucker never did anything for you, you would die. Because you wouldn't have any reflection to actually show you or give you a reference to who the fuck you are. You see what I'm saying? Like, the very first thing the very first part of my class, and everybody that's taken my class knows this, the very first lecture in my class is that we talk about how memory works. How memory works. And memory specifically is not even a thing. It's a process. So you can't say I have a memory. That's like saying I have a pee. You know what I'm saying? I have a blood flow. Like, it's something that's happening. You can't have something that's happening. You can do something that's happening, but you can't have it. So memory is literally the process of storing, retrieving, collecting, and deleting information through experience that relates to your perspective. So literally, your whole concept of who you are is your memories. Think about that shit. That you don't even technically exist. At all. Period. And that's why, on all the ancient cultures, their whole focus was death, not life. Because they realized that your life is only the experiences that you can remember. So it's like, how is it? So therefore, you technically ain't fucking here. You see what I'm saying? You are somewhere else, doing something else. And whatever you're doing, which I believe is a dream, and that's why when you dream, you go places and you're unbound, because that is life. What we think is life is something else. You see what I'm saying? And that's the whole concept of understanding what they were talking about in these ancient cultures. And that's why I brought up the memory thing, because in class I break down how your memory explains who you are, right?
You want a burger, corn dog, fries.
Burger and fries. No corn dog.
But you still get something else. You want chicken wrap?
Chicken wrap.
Alright.
And then to drink, like, either I want a coffee, actually, if they got coffee.
No,
I cook out. Damn. Give me like a orange juice or something. Yeah. So yeah, basically your whole concept of who you are is your actual memories, right? So what I break down in my class is how the memory works and how synaptic plasticity works. How synaptic plasticity works. Now, synaptic plasticity, and this is where the word demon comes from. So the concept of demons, and when we talk about demons in magic, now I'm giving y'all a little breakdown, giving y'all a little insight from a person who practices. When we are referencing demons in magic, we are referencing our ancestors or different ancestral energies that either basically never came into being or never died. So there were people that didn't experience death because they never felt like they were living. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, when there's a concept in Egypt, and this is what one of my classes is called, Peret Imheru, which when you die, you basically, before you die, you'll realize you're dying. And in that state, you'll put yourself into like a meditative state, and you'll leave the body before the body experiences death. So before your heartbeat completely leaves, you'll already be gone. So technically, you will be immortal in that actual consciousness. Everything that you knew at that time and everything that you awoke at that time, anybody you can make contact with, living or dead, at that time will follow you to wherever you go. Correct. Yeah. So demons are usually people who didn't live, or they did live and they just didn't they outplayed the game. Because basically what happens is this. The word demons actually comes from the word daemon, and daemon means a genius. And the demons live in your gray matter. So the neuromelanin, or the gray matter in the brain, what they can't figure out in the brain, like how it works, the gray matter, that's the neuromelanin. So synaptic plasticity, how that works is, synaptic plasticity works like this. If I have a memory of my grandmother, right? The more I have memories of her and the more I make contact with her through my memories, the more I will actually learn from her.
Yeah.
Think about that shit. So literally, the more you speak with somebody in your mind that's no longer here, you can learn what they knew. You see what I'm saying? You can learn what they knew. So that's what it is to speak to demons or speak to angels. You're speaking to things that's already within your brain, that's been passed down through mitochondrial DNA. Sorry, my nose is stuffed up. It's cold as hell out here. It's 30 degrees. I was saying that, like, when it comes down to it, the demons are demons and angels, or gods, goddesses, anything that you believe in that's outside of yourself is only inside of your gray matter in your brain. So if you believe in fucking werewolves, if you believe in vampires, if you believe in elves, if you believe in fairies, if you believe in unicorns, if you believe in mermaids, if you believe in goddamn aliens, I don't give a fuck what it is. It's in your brain. It's in the gray matter. And when you use these concepts of, oh shit, I just saw an alien, your synaptic nerves fire off shit, and it starts to teach you things about what you're remembering. So if you start to learn, like, let's say you want to remember something about my grandma, I could start speaking to my grandma as if my grandma's here, and then what'll happen is I'll start to learn shit that she knew. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's say I was making a recipe and I didn't know how to make the recipe, but she always cooked it. I'll just somehow instinctively make that shit on point. You see what I'm saying? And you'll be like, I didn't even know how to really cook that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people ask me, how did I learn how to read the Egyptian hieroglyphs? Well, once I started practicing the shit and started seeing how they did it, I just started contacting them. And then they started showing me how it's pronounced. So that's why certain things that I do and certain ways I pronounce it, most people won't pronounce it because they're not actually practicing shit. They're trying to learn it to prove it to somebody else. They're trying to learn it to sound cool. They're trying to learn it to fucking be like, hey, look, I know how to read the hieroglyphs. Whereas me, it's like, no, I'm trying to learn it so I can fucking use it. And the only reason I use it is because when you're using English and magic, your mind will automatically fuck you up. Your conscious mind will fuck you up. So if I tell my conscious mind in English, I am rich, I am rich, I am abundant, I am wealthy, I am prosperous, I am this, I am that. As soon as a motherfucking bill comes in that I can't pay, all that shit I just said is thrown out the window. You see what I'm saying? Because I told myself in English that I could do it, and then something came in, and then I realized I couldn't do it, therefore I am not that. That's how that shit works. Whereas if you're doing it in another language, or you're doing it through a symbol, you see what I'm saying? Nothing that actually comes into your conscious mind will actually resonate with what you put into that symbol, nor would it resonate with what you put into that other language. That's why when you hear people speaking in tongues, that's why they're fucking speaking in tongues, because the spirit or the demon or whatever entity is possessing them at that time, or whatever entity they're possessing or equipping, will basically be speaking in a language that would outweigh the creative realm. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a cheat code. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how I figured it out was this. So there's this thing called basically it's called what's the fuck? The observation effect. Not the observation effect. the observer effect. So the observer effect basically explains that everything is only a vibration, which means everything is only a sound or a frequency until something actually looks at it. And then once you look at that frequency, it turns into a particle. So basically your actual self, whatever your name is your frequency. Your birth name, your birth date, and the location is the frequency, the motherfucking vibration, and the resonance of where you came from. Okay? And that's what holds you into this motherfucker. So the more people call you by that name, the more human you become. You see what I'm saying? That's why most of us have nicknames. Why you think Instagram says social media name? Why you think Twitter says Twitter name, Twitter handle? All these things have brand names because you need to create an entity outside of that in order to be more than that. So when you see these people talking about, let's save the earth, let's save the babies, let's save this, they're vaccinating us, Trump is doing this, they're human than a motherfucker. They are trapped in this bitch, and they will reincarnate, guaranteed. There's no way around it. If you have any type of worldly thoughts here, which is the lower three chakras that we're focusing on, that we're talking about now, your ass will be back. And if you believe something is holding you here, you will be back. If you believe that something is going to happen that's going to help you get somewhere else, you will be back. If you have any concept of you not doing something to get your ass out this bitch, you'll be back. You'll be back. So these niggas waiting on the ascension, you're waiting on shit, we'll have your ass back here. You waiting on Jesus to come back, you'll be waiting next time you come back too. Whatever they call them then, you'll be waiting then. Because there's nothing guarding it. That's the whole point. The observer is you. Your soul or whatever it is that dwells inside of you is somewhere else watching a reflection of itself. That's how it became a particle. That's how it became physical, right? So, with that being said, that means that all of your ancestors are around you too. So the more you speak to them, that's why the more that synaptic plasticity will kick in, right? So in magic, we call it the 22 paths. So in Kabbalah, bless you, you have the 22 paths of I think Metatron or some shit like that. I don't know. But whatever fucking archangel. And then you have in the clip off, you have the 22 paths of Set. You know what I'm saying? And these energies, which are your 22 synaptic nerves in your cranial, which when you wake those energies up, you pretty much tap in. How to not come back. Okay, so that goes with the chakras. The chakras, that has a lot to do with the chakras. It has a lot to do with healing. Has a lot to do with understanding and knowing thyself. So, I'm going to give you a quick breakdown on this shit. So, that was the root chakra. Fear of something, pretty much fear, will hold you back in the root chakra. When it comes down to your sacral chakra, what holds you back is sexual identity. Not being able to express yourself sexually. So if a person is, if a girl is a freak, then she needs to be a fucking freak. You see what I'm saying? But not for everybody, obviously. But she needs to learn how to harness the energy when it's necessary. So the best concept would be the divine whore, which is like Mary Magdalene, the whore of Babylon, Lilith, Kali, Durga, Shakti, these different type of energies, Aphrodite, Athena, these different type of energies, where they're harnessing that energy and using it as a gateway to open up and the other energies. Your solar plexus chakra is your willpower. So it's like, do you assert your will too much? You know what I'm saying? Like, or do you assert it too little? You know what I'm saying? Too much is a bully. Too little is the victim, the bullied. Things of that nature. Like Trump, his shit is on fucking 10. His fucking solar plexus chakra is on 10 right now. Because this nigga here, you feel me? Like, what he do is he's just an irritant. You know what I'm saying? You ever had those little kids that just irritate the fuck out of you, and then when you whoop them, they laugh? That's Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Trump. Like, you almost gotta, like, shoot this nigga. Like, what, like, throw this nigga in a fucking room for 2 days and don't let him out. No Twitter, no nothing. Just, like, water and bread. Guantanamo Bay style. You know what I'm saying? Like, have this nigga on watch. That's how you have to have Trump. You know what I'm saying? But like those gateways, if you can move past that, you get into the heart chakra. And the heart chakra has 2 gateways. One that brings you back and one that sends you out. Now, what brings you back is love for the other lower 3 that I was just talking about. So if you love the world, you know what I'm saying? I want to help heal the world. Your ass is coming back. I want to help teach other people how to heal. I want to heal people. Your ass is coming back. I want to, like those things, you're coming back because you're not actually doing shit to really do shit. You know what I'm saying? To heal somebody, I don't teach anybody. I mean, I don't heal nobody. I know how to heal, but I don't heal anybody. And I wouldn't unless you couldn't do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's how we looked at it back in the days from an ancient standpoint. We only did for you if you could not do for self. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I could help you do it, if I could show you how I did it, then I would just show you how I did it. Or show you ways how you can implement it to make you be able to do it. So you can show other people. You see what I'm saying? It's like if I'm doing it for you, I'm like the Lord. I'm lording over you. That's what the word Lord means. To lord something literally means to hold pretty much a person at your will. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's called the landlord. Nigga, that's my land. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I am the God of this land. Landlord, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want to fucking sell this building, I can sell this building because I am the landlord. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, that's why in my class, everybody that takes my class knows you have access to over 600 books and counting because I'm constantly adding for as long as you either A, are in my class, or B, after you pass my class. So you could take my class a year ago and still get shit that I put in yesterday. Still get access to books I put in yesterday. You see what I'm saying? I don't fucking teach niggas what I do. I teach them how I learned to do what I do. You see what I'm saying? And then how they can do it with the way that they can deprogram their mind to do it. So when it comes to the heart chakra, a lot of people that have this love and light, unity consciousness, source consciousness will be back here because what's happening is what they're talking about, this source, is the actual program of life itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like pretty much being at an arcade losing. I mean, some of y'all may be too young to have remember going to arcades, but going to arcades on Saturdays, you know what I'm saying? And playing the game that you pretty much been trying to beat the whole time. The reason why I'm saying that specifically is because an arcade, you can't save the fucking game. You see what I'm saying? So even if you win the game, even if you beat it, if you're the best motherfucker in the world, have the highest score, a nigga can come next Tuesday, and by the time you come Saturday, your fucking high score is gone. And you're like, what the fuck? Hell no! I'm about to whoop this nigga's ass. That's coming back. That's coming back. You see what I'm saying? That's coming back. Those things is the same concept. Just by I didn't get enough money. I didn't get enough girls. I didn't get enough attention. I didn't get enough fucking, I didn't have a family. I did have a family. Like all these things of all these I did, I didn't, or just the concept of I will bring your bitch ass back here. You see what I'm saying? Because the concept of you even existing will bring you back here. Because who the fuck told you you exist? Who the fuck told you you're alive? Who the fuck told you you can die? Who the fuck told you you're eating? Who the fuck told you you're breathing? Somebody had to tell you you were doing these things. Therefore, your memory, through programming, through remembering, will actually believe it. That's why the what they call the Buddhists or the living Christ or the living God or however you want to say it, or the yogi or whatever, is the person who has no self. They see themselves of everything because they realize that everything here is only of them. So therefore they are of nothing. That's the whole point of the I am that I am. It's really a comma. Niggas don't know that. Niggas don't know that it's I am that. I am. I am that. I am. I am this. I am that. I am that. I am that. I'm that. I'm that. I am that. I am. I am that I am. And what I am is the question, not the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? It's I am that, comma, I am. You see what I'm saying? It was a realization of that, oh shit, that's what I am? You see what I'm saying? It's like, and how I know that, how I know it, yeah, I have a habit of covering it because this new phone is like weird because the speaker is in the bottom. But yeah, it was a realization. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I am. You know what I'm saying? It's like me looking down and be like, I am that. I am. And I'm just saying it because I know when you read it in the Hebrew language, it's very clear that there's a fucking comma. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always tell people that it's not that the Bible is wrong. It's just that the way it was written in English is completely wrong in the way you would interpret it if you read it in the language it was spoken in. It's like me saying, I'm about to come over to your house in a text message, and I'm saying that in English, but in actual, what I'm saying is I'm already outside. So you sitting waiting out like, you wait like, I wonder when this nigga gonna pull up, and I'm just sitting outside like, I wonder when this nigga gonna come open the door. You know what I'm saying? Like I done texted this nigga 3 times. I'm outside. This nigga's just sitting. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's the concept of what I'm saying. So by having these beliefs that you belong here, by having this belief that we belong on Earth, we'll have your ass back here. like having the belief you belong in this solar system, having the belief you belong in a body, having the belief that you belong or that you should belong. You see what I'm saying? We'll have you in a state of being somewhere where you are in a state of slavery. Because anytime you have a concept of there should be a group or a collective or some type of like agreed reality, then basically you lock yourself into a place where that's where you will be. So if I'm like, I believe that the sky is green, then I'm going to go to a place where everybody that believes the sky is green is there. You see what I'm saying? Like, any nigga that believes the sky is green going to be like, yo, what's going on, man? You see that green cloud up there? Yeah, nigga, that shit shining, ain't it? That shit shine like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, the sun just came through. It's orange like a bitch. Yeah, I know it's shining on my green goddamn sky. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you believe, the people that believe what you believe will be around you. In the spirit realm. Now, that's how spiritual warfare works too. So what Trump is doing is he's getting people in their emotions by focusing on the lower three chakras, focusing on your way to survive by fucking up your money and trying to, and also not only just fucking up the money, but also trying to build that wall by building that wall and trying to separate everybody. You see what I'm saying? That's fucking up security, right? So that's fucking up your root chakra, fucking up your sacral chakra with this goddamn transgender shit. You see what I'm saying? And they can't use the bathroom. They can't do this. They can't do that. Or the people that's online showing their fucking nipple, free to nipple. You know what I'm saying? Or motherfucking feminists fighting for equal rights. Those concepts, that's fucking up your root chakra, your solar plexus chakra, the racism. You see what I'm saying? The racism. That's fucking up your solar plexus chakra because now you have somebody that's oppressing you. You see what I'm saying? So now you're being bullied now. So all these things, all these little energies that he's doing is literally just fucking with people who's supposed to be here anyway, who are probably going to come back here anyway. You know what I'm saying? The difference is that's the masses. The masses will do nothing ever but die. I don't care what you think. If you think the masses of people are going to heaven, the masses of people are ascending, the masses of people should be doing, the masses of people have done nothing but die. Look at anything in history. Show me something that's done something in a massive state that were a group of living individuals that lived and did something major. I watch thousands of sheep. I watch thousands of cows walk into a slaughterhouse every day. You see what I'm saying? Like, them niggas just follow the herd. Like, oh, y'all niggas going that way? Shit. Okay, I'm going that way too. Oh, what's that? The Heavenly Gates, nigga? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Heavenly Gates is this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just following this nigga's tail wagging. Sniffing his ass. Yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing. Everybody in this spiritual community is going around in circles, sniffing each other's asses. You know how you ever see elephants in the circus when they like their like tail is their nose, or maybe it's I think it is elephants. They'll have their one tail will be wrapped in the other one's trunk and they'll just be walking around. They just sniffing each other's asses. Well, we were here in the first place out of food. I believe it was food. Some form of wanting to eat. So what I believe is this. Because melanin eats the sun, eats sun rays, UV rays, gamma rays, melanin. So black people, we are naturally solar powered. Not just black people, brown people too. So that's why he's doing the wall shit. Because if he can cut off the niggas and the lower South, so the South America, if he can cut all entrances to brown and black unification, nigga, then it leaves everybody in a state of trying to grasp for straws. You know what I'm saying? But if that's what he's doing, because he knows that we're the only ones that's solar powered. If we were to unite, we would change the entire universe through global warming, because the sun would basically have to heat up because we would be feeding off of this energy too much that it would technically die. That's why they got niggas out the fucking pyramids, because that's what they were doing. That's what fucking Akhenaten was doing. That's what King Tut was doing. That's what Ramses was doing. That's why all these niggas is famous and all these niggas is dead, because they were killed by the Greeks specifically because that's what they were doing. They were trying to change the frequency of the sun to kill off all the lower frequency people. So at some point, what I'm thinking is the melanin got to a point where it couldn't feed off of actual light anymore. So it started to feed off of air, like fire. Because that's what melanin is. It's just fire. It's dirt. It's soot. Black people are just soot. We are the soot of our soul. The soul is the carbon burning up on the inside is creating a soot which turns you dark on the outside. That's all it is. And that's a known fucking fact. You can look it up. Melanin and carbon are the same things as melanin is the same thing as chlorophyll, which is also the same thing that makes plants green, which is basically carbon. You are a fucking plant. If you are black or brown, you are a fucking plant. That's why it's called the tree of life. They talk about your ass. That's why you plant a seed in darkness. It roots itself in the darkness, then it grows into light. They're talking about your ass. So when you read this shit in the Bible, they're not talking about the darkness of the devil, or they're talking about your black ass. That's what they're talking about, your black and brown asses. And you have to understand that it was written by people who don't have that energy, who cannot connect to that energy. Therefore, they're fucking persecuting you. You know what I'm saying? It's like a baby. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a baby to play with the fucking put a fork in to play with fire, so you tell them that it's bad. You see what I'm saying? If I tell a baby don't play with fire because it's bad, then they won't fucking play with it. So if I tell you don't believe the devil because he's bad, then guess what? You won't. But then that means I can use it against you. I can turn on the stove, but I wouldn't let a little 3-year-old turn on the stove. Hey, go put that pot pie in the oven for me. You know what I'm saying? Little 3-year-old. Make sure it's on 450 degrees and make sure that it cooks until brown. Like, what? Fuck you just tell me to do? Okay. Next thing you know, you hear screaming in the kitchen. Your baby's hand done burnt the fuck off. I thought he could do it. It's not bad for me, so why is it bad for him? You know what I'm saying? Because if you have no knowledge of what you're doing, you will fuck yourself up. You know? So that's why they tell you these things. That's why they wrote it, because it gave them something else to use. So if I'm telling you, don't believe in the devil and the devil's bad, believe in God, then basically what I could do is I could just create it where God is actually the devil and the devil is God, and I'm just using the devil. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I'm just saying from a manipulative standpoint of magic, if how magical systems work, if I wanted to feed on a group of people, I would just create an entity, have them believe in the entity, and then I would just they'd be feeding me. I just gave y'all the concept of the what's the shit called? Clash of the Titans. How Hades and Zeus conspired together to release the Kraken so that people could pray to Zeus. You know what I'm saying? Because Hades was getting all the power. Because nobody ever prayed to Hades. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was like, no, I ain't fuck with that nigga. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking with him. Fuck Hades. Fuck it. Nobody ever prayed to Hades. So because nobody ever prayed to Hades, basically it made it where, he was almost like neutral. You see what I'm saying? He was pretty much neutral. And because he was neutral, it made it that way. Yeah, pretty much if you clear yourself of your humanity and you are free to go by opening up the higher heart chakra, which is a complete detachment for humanity, if you have a complete detachment from humanity, then you go where either you choose to go, there's a couple things that can happen. Either you go back to where you actually are. So wherever your soul is right now, it just goes back there. And you just wake up there around all your family and everybody that's here, that you connected with here, will also be there, right? Another way is if you believe that you came from somewhere. So, for example, I know I came from Sirius, Orion, and Lyra, or whatever, as far as those names here. But I know what those star systems are. I know what the constellations are, and I know the names that they mean in Kemet as well. So therefore, I kind of have a concept of where I know. then you can go to those places. Now, here's what happens when you become a God, though. If you become a living entity, like a living Christ, a living God, a living Buddha, then you end up creating a solar system of your own while you're here. So basically, you'll have a galaxy of your own to go to where everything that you create within your mind is already there. And everybody you met here or fell in love with, your soulmate, your twin flame, a girl that you've been wanting to fuck, never could, she's already there waiting for you, ready to bust it open. You know what I'm saying? Her thing is dripping wet. You just all you gotta do is just get there. You see what I'm saying? That's how that happens. That's how that happens. My perspective on religion. I don't. I think religion is in my mind. I think it's okay. I guess I don't know what it's for. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not big on history. I'm big on mystery. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about what you know and what facts you can prove. I give a fuck about what you can do with those facts. You see what I'm saying? Where's the results? That's what I'm curious to know. Where's the results, nigga? Oh, I've activated my Merkaba. Where's the results? I've activated my body of light. Where's the results? I do Reiki healing. Where's the results? Fuck your certification, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Wipe your ass with the certification. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga pull out a certification on some spiritual shit, I'm gonna laugh at you. And you guys should too. Like, that's one thing that we should be really, really doing. And I hate saying it like this, but I'm gonna just say it. If a person has a certification, if a person for anything spiritual, whether it's necromancy, whether it's Kemetic yoga, whether it's goddamn Reiki, whether it's motherfucking tarot card, I don't give a fuck what they give you a certification for. Wipe your ass with them shits. And if you got a certification for some shit, then you need to do a long, hard fucking self-evaluation. Because certification is all ego, just because that means you needed something outside of yourself to actually say, this is you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't need a goddamn certification to be like, yeah, master fucking sorcerer. You know what I'm saying? No, I just seen how I was able to fuck shit up and be like, oh yeah, I'm fucking master sorcerer. I made a fireball in the goddamn sky one night, and I'm like, oh yeah, this shit actually does work, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? On camera, which means that my energy that I was using, once I observed it, it created a particle, which made the fireball in the sky. You see what I'm saying? That's how I realized that, okay, my shit works. You see what I'm saying? Let me not do this shit in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Because even the camera didn't, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things you just can't capture on camera, because once you observe it, it turns into a particle, and if it's antimatter, you can't see it. You see what I'm saying? But that shit turned into a fucking flame. That's something totally different. You know what I'm saying? Those things is how you know that you've already been there, done that, got the t-shirt, as Bobby Hemmett would say, when it comes to ascending. You've been there, done that, got the fucking t-shirt. I could die today and be gone and not come back. But the key is, if I died today, everybody would know that shit. It'd be a storm. Niggas, it would just start raining for no reason. Like, damn, it was just sunny 2 hours ago. You know what I'm saying? That type of energy. Because when you anchored into this shit as a god on both realms, and then you're helping people understand that they have that energy within them, when you leave, it's like a vortex closes. So all the energy that was there that you ever touched gets pulled in with you. You see what I'm saying? That's why I always tell people that when you die, the ancestors go nowhere but in you. You see what I'm saying? Because they live in your memories. So a good way to heal, give y'all some good healing concepts on the lower 3 chakras, because those are the most important. Healing your root chakra. You can spend a lot of time in nature, especially with your feet to the ground. That's why you always see me outside grounding. Spend a lot of time in nature. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. For your sacral, excuse me, do a lot of meditating. And if you have a partner, um, explore with your fantasies, I guess, whatever it is. Like if you motherfucking like licking toes, then tell your girl you like licking her toes, I guess. I don't know. Like whatever the fuck you're into that you're trying to suppress, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if not, get you somebody that is. You know what I'm saying? Like we have this joke. We have this joke around the house. That's like my ex-girlfriend, she wouldn't, because she's vegan, she wouldn't give me head because I'm not vegan. Interesting. But so like the girl I'm talking to now, she's like, well shit, she's like, you can tell her you got a meat eater now. So that's like a joke. You see what I'm saying? Like, because that energy would have suppressed my sacral, that relationship didn't work. And then next thing you know, you have a person coming in that will do the shit. You see what I'm saying? So those things, that's how you balance that. You know what I'm saying? And with your willpower, you know what I'm saying? Get out of your comfort zone. Yeah, I got it. Get out the comfort zone. You know, that's important when it comes to the willpower. That chakra. And I'm trying to figure out how to goddamn open it. Is it frozen in this bitch? Whose is this? Whose is this? This motherfucker froze or what? Oh. Is it more? You got anything? Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Like that's how you heal those energies. You heal with that. The willpower, you know, get out your comfort zone. Those type of things. What do you think about twin flames? Twin flames can be, I don't believe what everybody else believes that it has something to do with love, like a soulmate. I think a twin flame can be somebody that just is here to fucking spark your fucking soul. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. It could be your goddamn cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it is usually the opposite sex, just because it has to help you understand more about yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how could I explain it? So like basically, for example, your mom can be your twin flame because there could be something in her that you see that you admire or awakens energy within you to understand more about a woman. You know what I'm saying? Have appreciation for a woman and things of that nature. In there? Thank you. So that's how you get tap in with that type of shit. So that's twin flames in a nutshell. Now, of course, you know how I am. How can you apply it? Fuck everything else. How can you apply it? Sex magic is one way. Another way. Huh? Oh, okay. Sex magic is one way. Another way is through just like, ooh, girl, this ain't got shit for you in here. What the fuck you jumping up for like you about to get it? That's one way. Another way is through, like, you know, just hanging out with people. Like if you have a person that inspires you, you know what I'm saying, you hang out with, you know, a girl that's a certain way that inspires you, like, damn, she's my best friend. That could be your twin flame. Your best friend, maybe possibly be your twin flame. We only got about 45 seconds left, actually, so I'm gonna, you know, let you guys rattle off any last moment questions. But aside from that, I'm gonna save this as I always do. Share it for 24 hours as I always do, and after the share, it'll be up on my YouTube tomorrow for everybody to see from there. So if you have any more questions, let me know. If not, then I would like to say, it's your boy Khensu Keku. One Block Music, 636 Gods. We are here. Idol God is on the way. Some new music, all that stuff. Stay tuned. Stay wavy, Starseeds. I'm out. Chill.